the 25. Terrific running there to start the drive, as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Collins. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Collins now on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Open man is QT, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Collins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. To throw, Huntley. They'll roll him out right. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken around the 12. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd down at 5. Back to throw. Collins. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll run on 1st down. McCrary, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Huntley to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Huntley. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Williams. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, here's Williams.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A give to Williams, running right. He gets away from one. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Collins. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll make it a second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Collins throwing on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
3 yards remain for second down. From the gun, Collins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And the Mile High Air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off play action. Huntley. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, Williams. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Working with a 2nd and 3. On the option to give to Williams here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Mile High Air, and it's a good one. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Collins. He's got his pass-catching tight end, that's Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Well, I think we've got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
Hey, here's Collins on first down.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw again.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and 2,
Huntley. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
14, Falcons 7.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll run on 1st down. McCrary, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll keep it on the ground. McCrary.
And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On 1st down, McCrary. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
51 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Huntley. And he checks this one down to Williams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Huntley. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
2nd and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Huntley. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Huntley. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Back to throw. Huntley. This will be caught. Judy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a first throw here in overtime. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This is a big spot for a rookie QB in overtime. It's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is. And we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. 79 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. On second down now, McCrary. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Collins. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Collins. That's complete right around the 8. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll keep it on the ground. McCrary, he didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Falcons, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11.